Hey everyone, it's Ken again. Welcome back to the channel. This is episode 3 of the Law of One series. Today we're exploring raw science of angels. By the end, you'll see angels in a new light, their nature, origins, and how they form. I planned to cover angels and demons together, but the topic was just too vast, so I split them into two separate videos so that I could keep as much details as I could. And people often ask me, Ken, you believe in angels, demons, or spirit guides? What's their role? And the simple answer is yes and no, but mostly yes. Let's take a deep dive. But before we do, I have been possessed by negative entities, and it is extreme. It's very real. I even had a mental hospital stay as a result of one, as it took over my entire thought forms. So demons are very real, and so are angels, as I have connected with various angels, including my guardian angel, through channeling and psychic abilities that have been developing for the last couple of years since my awakening began. So yes, they are real, but they're not exactly what you might perceive them to be. Okay, and if you haven't seen episodes 1 and 2, pause and watch them, especially episode 1 on the 7 densities of consciousness. Without it, this might feel like joining a book club mid-novel, right? And so I've linked them for you, so easy access. Check out the link below. But let's dive in. Ross says third density, where we are now, is about self-awareness and choice. Every being picks a polarity: positive, called service to others, or STO, or negative, which is service to self, or STS. These aren't good versus evil, but like a river splitting at a fork, each path flows differently. The positive path serves others with love, filling you with light, love, and harmony, like sunlight warming a valley. The negative path seeks control, manipulation, and dominance, draining others. So how do you choose? It's woven into the third density until you naturally drift toward one path, like a leaf following a current. Now, Ross says most beings choose the positive path, which is unity and love, because the negative path, chaos, is like trying to balance a tightrope in a storm, tough to sustain due to spiritual entropy or disorder. To reach fourth density positive, you need 51% love-based intent. Negative is a steep 95%. I'll share negative historical figures in a future video when we talk about demons, so don't worry about that now. But just know that for now, it is much easier to advance in a positive polarity where all of our souls want to advance towards than it actually is to dive into the negative polarity. So you kind of have to want to consistently be negative in order to become a demon, which is actually quite hard. Okay, it's much easier to become an angel and a light, or a figure of light and love. And polarity builds power. Positive beings gain it by honoring free will, losing it if they interfere. Negative ones gain by controlling, losing by respecting it. Strong polarity means more strength, like charging a spiritual battery. In fourth density, love's pool draws positive beings into social memory complexes, shared with consciousness, like streams merging into a lake, as covered in episode 1. You unite with those you cherish. Eventually, Earth's positive beings may form one planetary entity, like Ra's Venetian group. This opens roles like guarding planets or guiding younger civilizations, as Ra does for us. Angels are high-density beings, late 4th to early 5th density, with light bodies, not physical, evolving over 30 million years or so, as Ra states. Scriptures call them beings of light, like radiant beacons. Archangels like Michael or Gabriel are social memory complexes, cosmic stewards guarding solar systems. Ra, a 6th density complex, fits this mold. Ra names this group the Confederation of Planets, which is 53 civilizations and about 500 planetary complexes from Earth, our solar system, and beyond, serving the infinite creator, which he details in session 6 of the book. 9 5th and 6th density archangels lead the council, communicating telepathically across the galaxy like a cosmic council call. If unsure, they consult 24 7th density guardians. To protect Earth's free will, they maintain a quarantine, an energy field blocking negative entities. As Ross says, guardians sweep Earth's energy fields, greeting intruders with love and light, prompting their retreat. Love is their radiant weapon. Ra calls it the universe's greatest force. And as we live in a love fear duality universe, we all know inherently that love is the greatest, powerful, and most powerful force, far more than fear. And as we know in many near death experiencers that come back, they say that one act of love eliminates a million acts of fears. Angels prioritize growth over ease, respecting free will, helping only when asked, guiding you to your own insights. And this echoes a lot of what my spiritual mentors have taught me, is that they don't answer the call unless you ask. And that is sort of the power of prayer, right? They don't do anything unless you ask them, which is why we need to constantly bring in higher vibrational beings and call them in for protection. Now, Ra skips questions to avoid free will interference. They send love light to spark healing, not to battle demons. Light outshines darkness like a single star piercing the night. Negative entities avoid positive ones to preserve their power, as love light dims their strength. Angels are us, farther along the path. That is what angels are. Beings and entities that also have free will, that have chosen consistently, time and time again, love over fear. Now, they exist a lot of the time in the astral realms, which we will cover in a future video. But for now, remember, the key point of this is always choose the positive polarity over negative polarity. This is no matter what the instance is in your life, no matter how hard and how much the fear-based actions can be, and your pull and your desire to act out in fear, choose love. This is why the masters, the ascended masters, are called masters, is because they have chosen consistently, time and time again, no matter what, to choose love over fear. And this is what angels have done and how they have ascended themselves. Remember to always, always call them in. They will not help unless you do. Again, thanks for joining me in this video, and join me in the next video where I cover demons and negative polarity entities. All right. Thanks again, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.